Hi, good evening, everyone. We will be starting in next 2 or 3 minutes. And I hope all of you are doing your assignments and the case study you have started. It's already shared on the link which we have sent you in the emails. And meanwhile, if you have any queries, please you can join daily at 6:30 for the clinical sessions, which are being organized at Skype. And I can see a lot of people already joined in Skype group. It's around 100, 160 plus students are already there. So make maximum utilizations of clinical sessions. Even you don't have queries, if you have time, then please join those sessions. At least you will understand what others are doing, what queries others have. So maybe you don't have query today, you may have it maybe tomorrow, day after tomorrow, when you reach to that stage, or whenever you do those assignments. So it's always good to know what others are doing, and you can learn new things. We can still see like people are joining both on the YouTube and the Zoom. So we'll wait for a couple of more minutes. In case you have any queries, you can type in the chat box. Okay, I think we can start now. So Raman, I'll make you host and you can start. Okay, sir.
So today's session on conditional iteration and indicator operations. So conditional means sometimes we give any condition to execute any statement, and iteration means sometimes we want to execute same thing again and again. And indicators operation is like a switch on and switch off. So we will check what is indicator operation will do and conditional iteration in next slides. So here is a topics to be covered in today's session. For conditional statements, we have a if else and a select statement, and for iteration we have a loops, do while, do until, for, and for each. And third one is a control statements. So we have a leave and iter, and last one is a indicator. So we also look like introduction and working of indicator. So first is the if statement. So if statement means whenever the if condition is true, so this statement will execute. Otherwise, the statement will not execute, and it exit from that statement. And uh, we have also a second uh, statement for if. So this is add-on in if statement, that is else. So whenever if condition is true, then statement 1 will executed, and if the condition is not true, then the else part will be executed, that is statement 2. And if no one statement is true, then the it exit from this condition, this statement. And third one is the we are looking like referring the real time scenario. Suppose in a red light system, if the signal is red, so you should stop. Else, if the signal is green, then you should move. So this is the if and if else statement. So let's jump into the programs of if else statement. So firstly, I go for if statement. So here I firstly I declare here the control option. So it is not mandatory, but it's a optional. So here I am using control option like star source statement and no debug IO. Means that if you got any error, so that time if you are checking, so compiler will add some extra lines, and when you go to your program, so you can't find that error line. So to rectify that problem, we use to star source statement and no debug input output. So now I am here declare the variable standalone variable num1, and it is a zone type and its size is 5, and same as like num2. And here I am assigning the value 8 in num1 and num2. And now here I am checking the value. If num1 is greater than num2, then this block or statement will execute, otherwise it exit. So let's run this program and check it with functioning of this. So here if I type C, so the statement will not any prompt, because uh, num1 is 8 or num2 is 2. So here 8, I think so it's a compiling issue. Here, so num1 is big. So if I change it like 5, so that time the condition will false, because num1 is smaller than num2. So this portion don't give any output like num1 is big or num2 something. I am calling again. So here you can't see any output, because the statement is not true. This condition is not true. That's why it exit from here. Let's check another scenario of if else if statement, that is if else statement. So here if else statement, I'm opening it. So this statement will add on is else. So here I am as I declare the variables in num1 and num2 and assigning the variable here. Now here if the condition this condition is true, then this block this statement will executed, and if this statement is not if this condition is not true, then this statement will execute. Suppose here I am num1 is 5 and num2 is 6 as below this program. So the output should be, let's check while calling the program, filing it. So here num2 is big, because yeah, here is a condition is num1 is 5 and num2 is 6, and we can see the num2 is bigger than, that's why this state this block of statement will execute it. And we have also a statement if else if. So here I am taking the grading system programs to uh, elaborate the working of if and if else statement. So here I assigning the hard coded value, marks 1 is 80. So if the condition is satisfy first condition, then it will execute this, and if the condition this condition is satisfied, then this statement will execute, and so on. And last one, the statement is else part. So if no one condition will satisfy, then by default this condition will executed. So I'm calling this program. So here grade C will execute it. If I change here like 1900, then grade A is executed. This statement is executed because the marks is above the 90. And for also we have a uh, select statement here. So select statement is nothing but it is a just a very good way of using the if else statement when we have a nested if else statement. So that time we use a select statement, or in normal case we can also use. So select statement is working as like switching on statement type. Suppose here I am declare the variable and taking the input from the user, and if the selection is 1, then this statement will execute. If this selection is 2, then this statement will execute, and so on. And if no one statement uh, like satisfy condition, then the last one statement is executed. That is a by default statement we can say. So I am calling this program and checking the output. Okay. So here is a num1 and let's- so now it is compiled and I'm calling. So here displaying the enter the number between 1 to 5. If I give number 1, then it will show number 1 is selected. And if I calling the same program and I choose none of the range 1 to 5, I choose like 9. So it will give the wrong selection because the statement is out of the range we selected. And also let's check in the debug this program also. So type 14, then F4 and press F10, type here source, strdbg, and you should also update your production library, yes, and OPM. Enter. So here I'm setting the breakpoint. So breakpoint is nothing. It is a line where I want to uh, check the flow of program. So I'm setting breakpoint 1, then press F12 and call the program. So now just press F10. So while I press F10, it will ask me please enter your number. So this time I press 3. So after the selection of 3, function F10, then it is checking the one by one whether it is a condition satisfying this or not, whether it is this or not. So these are, so F10 and F10, and so after the satisfying condition, it will display the selection of number, then it exit from that program. Okay. So as we lastly in see in the programs the about the select statement, it is a multi-way decision and alternative for long if else if statement. So let's comparison about this statement when I use this, when statement and if. So when I use such type of condition, if, so here the condition is if, then after that a it is a nested if, then again checking the condition 2 and its else statement, then ending this statement, and again we are checking this condition according to, if that is not also true, then this part is executed. So sometimes if you have a 10 or to 15 lines or something 30 lines, so it is very tedious to check which condition which statement is belong to which condition. So to ease that problem, we use select statements. Here as already told about the statements condition. Suppose if when condition 1 is true, then this statement will execute it, and make sure, and the main thing is, if condition 1 is true, then no one other condition will execute. So at a time only one condition will true, when statement, same as a if statement. And if condition true, condition 2 is true, then statement 2 is executed, and none of all executed. So and so on. And the last one statement, if the three condition is not satisfying, then statement 5 will executed by default. So we will move about the loops and need of them. So a loop is a computer program, or we can say an instruction that repeats a condition until the uh, we want, or we can say a specified condition. So here what is happening, firstly the loop is initialized. Firstly, initialize the expression, then test the condition, and it enter the loop body and update the expression. And after the update expression, it will again test the condition. Uh, this is that time when your condition is true, but when your condition is false, it will that time immediately exit that loop and terminate. Okay. And we have a lots of loop in RPGLE, like a for each, do while, and do until. So let's go into the programs to check what is for loop and how its functioning is working. Okay. So firstly check do while. Okay. So this is the do while statement. So here I am hard coded assigning the value num1, and here checking the condition of number, and after that it display the number, and after that it will update the number value. So here I am type num1 plus equal to 1, and num equal to num plus 1. So means that both are same. You can also type here this type of statement, working is same. Okay. Is check again and again until the condition is false. If condition is false, then it terminate the loop and exit. Let's check in debug to flow of this program. F10. Then yes. So here I come in. Then breakpoint. I'm setting the breakpoint F12 and calling the program. Now press F10. So firstly it will initialize the value. Suppose checking if you want to check the starting value of num1, So just put here cursor and press F11. So here the num1 value is 0 because still the 1 value is not assigned to num1. When I press F10, then the num1 will assign to num1. So again check by pressing F11. So here 1. Okay. Then press F10. So it will display that number 1. And after that, it will update the num1 value. So here num1 already have 1 value and we are adding 1 extra like this. Num1 have already 1 value and adding 1. So the num1 will now store 2. So if you check here, what is the value of num1? So it will be updated. See 2, and this is displaying until the condition false. Then again 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Again after that it check last value F11. So here is the value 10, and that this time 10 is smaller than or equal to 10. Okay, means that this condition is true. So it will execute and you will give 10 number. But after that, after 10, right now the num1 holding the value 10. So 10 is here and we are adding again 1. So it will go again, and after that, now here is the value is 11. But after 11, it will check here the condition. If the condition is false, then it will terminate that loop, this loop. Like it going to star INLR on. And here star INLR equal to star on means that the compiler will assume this is the last record of your program and just exit. This is the statement of, and make sure ki you use ndbg after the debugging, so that next programs you can open it and call. And second is the do while statement in decrement order. So here I am again assigning the hard-coded value num10, and the difference is that time we are adding the value, and this time we are decrementing the value by 1. We can also decrement by 1, 2, 3, whatever we want, but this time I am decrementing by -1 by 1. So same will happen. Firstly, it check the condition. So here is a condition is 10. So 10 is greater than or equal to 1. It's true. Then it will print the number, and after the printing, it will minus the existing value of num by 1. So let's call this program and see the output. So firstly it is 10, then 9, then 8, then 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exit. So this is the working of do while statement. by using decrement, or we can also see the increment. Now we have a for statement. For is also a looping statement, but here here is a by default, this is a syntax for, then initialize the value to uh, condition, how many times I want to execute this loop, and after the display. Sorry. So let's check in debug mode of this flow of this loop. OT F4 F10 page down. So if I press F10, then it will assign the one value to num, then increment, then it will assigning the for loop to num1 and checking the condition, basically initializing the and F10. Then num is printed, the current value 1. Then after that, the by default this loop, if we not by using, we will see in the next loop statement. So it will update the num by 2. F10. So now if you are checking here value F10, then it will 2. It will continuously go until the 10. After that, if the num is 11, then the condition is not true and it will exit. So check it. And 3, then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And after that, if I press F10, is exit, because the loop condition is false after the 10, so it will exit. And some is a loop statement by specific increment. Suppose we want to specifically increment in the statement. Suppose that time by default it incrementing by 1, and this time I want to by 2, or you can also put here like 5, 2, 3 as you want. So it will do same thing. The difference is incrementation. So I'm calling this program to see the output. Sorry, dbg. One, then adding to 3, then adding to 5, then 7. So it will add the 2 as an incrementation. Then it will exit. And we have a last for loop statement For sorry, um, why? So here is a use down to. Down to means it decrement the value by 1, or you can also put here 2, 3 as you want. So let's check the output for the same. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exit. And we have also the statement for each. So for each is a statement is sorry statement is a loop is used when you are working with array. So it is easy to looping to traverse the array. So here we I inserted firstly I declare the array that is size 2, and it's a pack type, and here I initialize the two declare the two standalone variable price1 and price2, and here I am hard coded assigning the value array of the first position 5.279, and in second position uh, on second index I am assigning the value 5.389. So we will check here I am checking the uh, sorry, not checking, actually traversing the array uh, by price1 and storing the value here, and check, and this is the my array name. So by using this whatever in my array, it will give the output to price 1, and the price 1 will display accordingly. And this statement is used when if you are using the for each loop also work with opcode extender. So opcode extender is nothing but just it incrementing the functionality of the loop. uh, so will just it is a half h means the half edges, means that it's a round off. So suppose you want to round off any value, then you can use h also. So now I am calling this program. So it is firstly without using opcode extender. So the value is 5.279 and 3.89 that is stored in my array. But after the using opcode extender, it will 5.28. So this value is round off, and this round off is by doing during the for loop traversing 539. Same another example of without using opcode extender here. Here I am assigning the same in array first position open, second is active, and third is closed. But this time I am using a character type array. And about the array, you will learn more in upcoming sessions. Meantime, it is the like how for each loop is working. Now I am calling it. So firstly it display open, then active, then close and exit after the or traversing. And after that we have a loop not loop, the control statements. that is iter and leave. So firstly check about the iter and leave. So about the iter and leave, I will discuss here some little bit more. The looping control statement is basically alter your execution of a loop. Suppose you want to exit from a specific condition, or you want to continue with any specific condition. So you can use leave and iter. So leave is used to terminate the loop, and iter is used to continue the or escaping any code in between. So I am here firstly take leave example. So here is uh, a leave for it checking the condition down to one, basically looping the condition, and after that if the remainder percent rem and number is divisible as 6, then it will display the number and leave that leave the uh, statement. So I'm calling this. So, when 96 is on, then it leave event will happen and it exit. And same for the iter. So to iter, I will explain in debug mode. Point. Now F10, then assigning the value, checking the condition. Here the incrementing the value. So this time it will 2. Then F10, and here is calculating the remainder by divisible by 3, and if this is true, then and it will display the name, and again it will continue the loop. So and again if I check the condition, then it will again display the 4. So it will continue iterating the loop for a specific condition. 7, 8, 10, 11, and exit. So this type of iter is used. And last one we have RPG indicators. So RPG indicators, nothing. It is a 1 byte character that only contain either is a 1 or 0 value. So if indicator is on, then it will store one value, and if the indicator is off, then it will store the 0 value. And we have a lots of indicators, but in a free format we have a minimum indicators we use, and other indicators we depreciated, because in a fully free format. So we will talk about only the general type of indicators in our program. So I'm jumping to my program. So firstly check how to assign the indicator or declare. So here I am declaring the indicator by using the ind keyword. That indicator name is flag, and here I am setting up the flag. So star on is a figurative constant that store one value. So star on means flag equal to star on means the flag contain one value, and we can also set according to our use star off. And the working of program. So this is the for working of the indicator. I use a fixed format to demonstrate what's the actual working of indicator in a background while you're performing operations. So I am taking a debug mode this program. Okay. Setting the breakpoint 12. Function. So here I am taking num1 and num2 value and adding this into result variable. And I use 41, 42 and 43. 43 is an indicator. So whenever the result will be high, so this indicator will on, and if the result is not high, then this indicator is on, and if the result is not if the result is equal, so this indicator is on. So this time result will contain 33. So that means we have a high value as compared to num1 and num2. And after that, the 41 indicator is on because it is used for high. And after the, if we checking like indicator 42 and 43, it will off. 00 means the indicator is off. Or we moving to next here. So here I am adding the num3 into num1. So num3 and num1, here you can see num3 have a already initialized minus 22 value, and num1 is 11. So whenever if you add this, so the result should be minus 11. So that's why I'm getting the error value is minus 11, and that time it is low value. So 52 will on and other is off. So 1 0. If we're checking, it is 0, but this time this is 1 and this is, and if we talk about the last statement, so here I am adding 22 in num3, 22 add in num3. So 22 plus num3 means that plus minus is equal to 0. That time uh, this equal indicators will on, because the result is both sides 0 0. F10, F10, F10. So here you can see all the values we see 0 0. So this indicator is also a 0 0 0, because let's check by using this 0 and exit. So and we have also checked in another program by using program indicators 2. So here I am initializing the variables, and uh, an indicator, also declare an indicator and a standalone variable timestamp. Now here I am taking the timestamp and converting the timestamp into percent DC in number format and store in timestamp, and checking here the remainder of by 2. If the remainder is equal to 0, means when we divide then remainder, if 0, then this indicator will turn on and if this is not turn on, then this indicator will turn on. So it's depend on the timestamp which indicator will on in this scenario. So here is the select statement. When indicator is on, then this subroutine will execute, otherwise this subroutine will execute Fibonacci series or natural number. And here I am created the subroutine programs for natural number, and it calculate the natural number and this is for Fibonacci series. So let's check the output of the program. So this time printing the Fibonacci series. Okay, because Fibonacci series type indicator will on, but if we again the same according to timestamp. We take time, then it will again, because every time indicator this on, and then see this time another indicator is turned on as per timestamp. So else condition is true, and is this time natural number is printing. You can see when this indicator is on, then this is printed, this executed. If this indicator is not on, then this is executed. So it's like a switch off state, switch off any bulb statement. Sorry, switch off any condition. So this is the working of indicator, and upcoming sessions you will also see more about the indicators, how we are using in programs. And we have also is also an indicator to indicate the last record of your program, INLR. This is all from my side, and we last one I want to uh, give you about some things, like when suppose we have cover lots of things in loop, and we want to um, type when we use a for loop, when we use do while loop, or when we use do until loop. So if you know how many times you want to iterate the loop or run the statement, so use for loop. And if you don't know about how many times the loop should be iterate, but yes, it will definitely end any specific condition, then use do while. And if you want to execute at least one times or for multiple times, then use uh, do do until loop. And one more things I have also not uh, this is loop, do until loop. Do until loop is a working is like until the condition is false, it will execute. When condition is true, it will terminate. I'm also in debug mode. this is working. And uh, wait, wait. Yes, this is. And function F10. Sorry. So this is the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. When condition is 6, so it exit because that time condition is true. So this is all from my side of
This is all about today's session, conditional and iteration operation and basics of indicators. So if anyone have any query, so they can type in the chat box. Dinesh, after few upcoming session, we will inform about case study. So if anyone have any other queries, so they can join our clinical call at 6:30 p.m. daily. Thank you, everyone. We will meet in clinical session.